Good morning, good to see you. This is Average Jose Workouts and Fitness. Good morning, guys. It's another day, and today I kind of wanted to take on a different approach of what I'm trying to do here, and just give more of a how to do some of the workouts that I do. For example, today we're going to cover 6 different workouts. Today is chest and tricep, by the way, just since I forgot to say that. And of course, that's those are the muscles that everybody likes to work out. Everybody wants to work, get the big arms. Everybody wants to get the big chest, and the big shoulders, So that's kind of what I cover during chest and tricep day. And then I'll throw a little bit of a shoulder workout in there because all the muscles that we're going to use today work together. So when you're working your chest, you're working your tricep, you're working your shoulders. So today I'm just going to cover some of the workouts that I like to do, and hopefully this will benefit you. Basically what I'm going to show her today is the workout. So these are the workouts that I'm going to go over today. Again, we're gonna make sure that we do our warm up prior to actually working out. And what I do to warm up is as seen here is I do 3 sets of push-ups. I do what's called a regular stance or shoulder width stance, and then I go to a wide, and then I go back down to a triangle push-up. That works more of your triceps. Get them warm up, get your body warmed up. Not really about the heavy weight. It's always about having the right form when you're working out. I know we all want to get big. We all want to get big fast, but it doesn't work that way. You got to really put in the work. So the best thing that we can do, and especially for guys our age, is to make sure that we're doing it right so we don't injure ourselves and not really do too much weight at the moment unless you're getting, the 85s up there in the right form and you're getting it right, then till you get to that point, then man, I'm out of breath too. That's terrible, but average Jose, Anyways, so once you get up to like where you're feeling comfortable with the form, you're squeezing together and having that mind to muscle connection, then move up and weight. But until then, just work on your form. To your sides, a little bit of angle down, and then push up. You push up, squeeze together, and then bring it down slowly as a negative, and then push it back up, squeeze into between, and bring it back down. You do these as many as possible until failure. Try to do 3 to 5 sets per workout. So right now I'm going to go my second one and just push it out again. I'm going to do 3. I recommend 3 if you're just starting out. And but if you once you get better and once you get that set up, once your muscles start growing, then push it up, and that's how you're going to make your muscles react to your changes. You got to keep them guessing, and that's really where the growth is. thing I forgot to mention is you gotta rest in between. So I actually recommend starting at 1 minute in between each set. But if you're wanting to burn more fat, just have to do it quicker. So when you actually make it down to like a 30-second rest in between, your heart rate goes up and you burn more fat that way. So if you want to add a little more of cardio to your workout, then give yourself less time in between each set. See, I started losing my form. When you start losing your form, that means your muscles are failing. So you push it until you can't do it in the right form, and it's time to move on to the next rep or next set. So it's very important that when you're doing chest, you hit all 3 sides of your chest. So you got your upper chest, your middle, and then your lower. So we already did our middle chest, which is what I like to start with, is what everybody knows as a flat bench workout. But so I just moved up the bench about 45 degrees, and that's how we're gonna hit that upper chest. Remember, because if your bench is too far up, you're using more shoulder. The further back down, you're using more of your lower chest. So you want to kind of find that middle ground, which is 45 degrees. So let's start with that. I'm gonna show you real quick where we want to be. We want to be at shoulder here and push it towards the middle and squeeze up. Everything we do, we squeeze up. Remember, do 3 to 5 sets of each. Alright, so now we're going to work on your lower pecs. So for lower pecs, all I did is actually move my bench down into a decline. This decline actually makes you want to push towards the front of your chest, and that way you're squeezing that bottom. But I'm also, something I like to do is actually superset with my reps. So what I do is I try to work the middle. So I try to work this too. While I'm in between. So a superset is actually where you go from one workout to the other before you actually take a break and rest. So it's going to be back to back, and I'll show you one set, and then we'll just fast forward and go through for the next. So the key is, of course, again, form. When you're down here and you're already on a decline, you're trying to push forward. And remember that mind to muscle connection. So when you're coming back down, you're stretching. When you're coming up, you're squeezing between. Down, stretch, push up to squeeze. And of course, do these until failure. Now we're ready for set 2. So if you're keeping it up, that's all I'm asking. Just keep up. So one of my favorite chest workouts are the flies or chest flies. So basically, what you're wanting to do with the chest fly is you bring out your chest, and when you're coming in, you're squeezing together as if you're hugging like a big barrel. You know, you're coming around and you open it up as wide as you can without overextending your shoulder, of course. But you know, you're wanting to bring down to like where your chest is, and then squeeze it forward in this kind of range of motion, as if you're gonna squeeze a big barrel. And let me show you how I do it. Everything is 3 sets. All right, so now we're going to move on to tricep extensions. So the key to tricep extensions is to actually extend your triceps all the way out. So when you're coming down, you're trying to make that horseshoe shape. So you're trying to push it out and squeeze it. Remember, everything we do, we squeeze to the bottom, almost as if you're flexing it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do it, and hopefully you take this tip. Remember, you don't want to come all the way up from here. You want to be about right here, so you're holding your extension. Lean forward a little bit, and then all the way down. And all the way down. And same as everything else. 3 sets. 3 sets of everything. That's what I'm going to do for now. Three sets, all the way to failure. And always remember that it's okay to stop in the middle of your set and just kind of get your wind back and get yourself back together. And then just keep going. I mean, if you get in the middle and you're like, oh shit, I can't do another one, stop for a second, shake it off, and then hit it again. And just keep hitting it again until you can't do anymore. 3. Another great tricep workout is actually what we call a tricep kickback. So with the tricep kickback, you're basically doing the same thing as you're doing with an extension, but you're putting your hand down on a bench. I like using the leg support on my bench. You bring your elbow back. This is parallel to the ground. This is perpendicular to the ground. Bring it up, and this is your range of motion. You bring it all the way up, stretch it out, and bring it back down. All the way up, stretch it out, bring it back down. You want to use some lighter weight because this gets pretty tough. I'm only actually using 10 pounds, so let's go for it. Do as many as you can. I try to go for about 15 with one arm, and then switch over to the other. everything else. 3 to 5 sets, and always go to failure. The key to big arms is big triceps. So if you want big arms, you gotta work on them triceps, man. Like that's the ticket to get them big old arms. Again, go up your own pace. Don't try to be me, be yourself. What works for me may not work for you. It's taken me a lot of years just to gain this much muscle. I'm a little tubby right now, I get it, but we'll work on body fat later on in the months as we keep progressing. Right now I'm just trying to build muscle during the winter, and then I'll start doing the cutting phase sometime in March. Take about a couple months. We'll cut out certain things like grains, definitely a big one to cut out, and then sugars. And we'll cut out sugars because then come summertime, vodka and body armors. Now we're going with overhead rope extensions. So I know that not everybody has a machine like this one, but you can always use like a cheap alternative is actually using some of these bands. So the bands kind of work in the same way. And really all you're doing is extending over your head and over. You can do that with these, or you can do it with these. I'm going to use these, so I have it. Now, again, same concept. You want to bring your elbows up to your head, next to your ears, and extend out and squeeze. Extend out, squeeze. Extend out, squeeze. Extend out, squeeze. Again, failure, 3 sets, every workout. Oh, hey, you still here? All right, set 3. Fire.